You know, that was tough, man. That was tough to come down to. I would say some inches. That was extremely tough. But to be completely honest with you, it shouldn't have ended up coming down to that. It really shouldn't have. Shout out to DolphinsTalk.com where you can also find my videos along with other Miami Dolphins content. When it comes down to it, the Miami Dolphins were put in situations to capitalize on opportunities in this game. And I say that because how many field goals did Jason Sanders end up kicking in this game? Came down to him kicking what? He kicked 5 field goals in this game. Uh, in the fourth quarter, we had a fairly decent drive to come down and put us over the top, and we just ended up not converting. I believe at that point, I think we should have went for it to put us over the top. I believe we should have ended up going for it. But let's just go ahead and just take it from the top, man. Offensively, Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know, another opportunity where we could have ended up going down the field and putting us in a situation where we could have ended up winning the game. We ended up throwing an interception in the fourth quarter. Ended up having us to put us down by 2 possessions instead of just the one. That was extremely critical. Him throwing obviously he threw an interception in the first half wasn't as crucial as the one in the fourth quarter, but right on schedule. Ryan Fitzpatrick, that we all know, showed his ugly head and it ended up digging us into a hole. Now, with that being said, outside of those 2 interceptions, I feel like Fitz played a fairly decent game. He ended up, putting his body on the line, scrambling for extra yards for him to pick up first downs for us on crucial third down situations. Um, he seemed like he was on the same page with Devontae Parker all game long. Devontae Parker ended up having not 10 catches for 110 yards. So I like the matchup between Devontae Parker and the Seahawks secondary, as I mentioned in the preview video. That was a matchup that most definitely I liked. Myles Gaskin, he seemed like he played a little bit with a chip on his shoulder. 10 carries for 40 yards. Not too much, but we was average about 5 yards per carry. Like I said, Fitzpatrick, he was out there. He was scrambling for extra yards on crucial third downs. He ended up having 6 carries for 47 yards. But again, man, like it's just failed opportunities, man. When it came down to the end of the first half, um, where I believe it was a second down play when Russell Wilson ended up scrambling to the right, and then Noah Benogany, no, he's a rookie, the youngest player starting right now in the NFL. He ended up biting down, trying to come back to Russell Wilson, where I don't understand why he ended up doing that in the first place. Like when it comes down to it, you got like what 20 25 seconds left in the first half. Just don't give up the big play. Just don't give up the big play. That's one of the things that I was preaching in the preview video. Do not give up the big play. And unfortunately, he ended up giving up the big play to Moore over the top, and they ended up putting themselves in perfect field position for them to punch it in for the touchdown. Because I feel like at that point, us going into halftime 10-9, all the momentum was on our side. And once that big play was given up, well, Noah Benogany gave up that big play. I felt like that right there, all the momentum went right back to Seattle going into halftime, and we're going to have to end up forcing some type of turnover, which leads into the Xavier Howard interception. Like, we ended up getting it. The Seattle Seahawks ended up driving back down the field again, going in the second half, and defense did what they were supposed to do. Like I'm me personally, when I look at the defense, as long as they don't get no type of points, as long as we're holding them out of the end zone, I feel like you played a pretty decent job. More a bend but don't break type of defense where they get all the way up into the red zone and we end up making the stop. As long as there's no touchdowns on the board, I'm good. But Xavier Howard ends up getting the interception and first down Miami at the 20-yard line. Now, That drive ends up being a quick drive. We ended up not coming away with points, and it's like that's like I said, just failed opportunities in this game. The Miami Dolphins kicked 5 field goals in this game. Can you just imagine if we just punched in three of those field goals could have been touchdowns. We win this game. We win this game. Now, to the Seattle Seahawks fans out there that came in the comment section during the preview video said there's no way the Dolphins are going to be able to hang with us. Y'all were wrong. And I'm not expecting y'all to come up on here and be like, you know what? You was right. I know I'm not going to get that, but hey, I'm going to go ahead and toot my hat to the Seattle Seahawks. Y'all played a good game. The Dolphins, at the end of the day, they did not capitalize on the opportunities. And good game to the Seattle Seahawks. I like what I saw from the defense. The defense definitely stepped up, able to contain Russell Wilson. And like I said, football is a game of matchups. Anybody can get a dub on any given Sunday. I like the way the Dolphins matched up against the Seattle Seahawks. They're a top team in the NFL right now. Record shows it. We was able to hold Russell Wilson to only throwing, 2 touchdowns? And to hold him throw with 2 touchdowns compared to the 3 past previous weeks where he ended up scoring 5 touchdowns. Like, I got to my hat off, man. I literally got to my hat off. Shaq Lawson, Emmanuel Agua, they did their thing as far as pass rush. Rush defense, honestly, still needs a little bit of work. Looking at the second level, the linebacker position, to be honest with you, I'm starting to see something here. I'm going to go ahead and admit when I'm wrong. And this is shout out to EM Dolphin fan, because from day one, he's stated that Jerome Baker is not a fit for the Miami Dolphins middle linebacker position. And again, he was right. At the end of the day, I did not see Jerome Baker after a certain point. I believe it was after the second string running back at a University of Miami for the Seahawks ended up breaking an ankle tackle from Jerome Baker. And it looked like a half effort broken tackle too. And after that, I didn't see Jerome Baker during the course of that game anymore. So with that being said, writing may be on the wall for Jerome Baker. Maybe he needs a timeout. I don't know. But as far as Jerome Baker is concerned, I did not see any. Maybe he was on the field and I didn't see it. I don't know. But after that point, I didn't see him at all. So be sure to we'll monitor that moving forward. But defensively, again, I felt like we played a fairly decent job against the Seattle Seahawks. The secondary, there were some big plays. There were most definitely some big plays, but judging by the scoreboard, we were able to minimize them. And we saw at the beginning of the game that the Seattle Seahawks were trying to come out and trying to implement what the Buffalo Bills were trying to do. And we was able to put a stop to that real quick. We was able to apply pressure, like I said. It's just... I just got to chalk this game up as failed opportunities. Just failed opportunities, man. Just failed opportunities. 5 field goals. 5 field goals. We don't get our first touchdown until after the 2-minute warning at the fourth quarter. Come on now, man. If the Dolphins are out here competing, man. The Dolphins are out here competing. And also, shout out to my boy Shake Money, because in the first half, I know this is minor. In the first half, Darren Smythe had 2 catches. 2 catches. And every time from now until the end of the season, I'm going to be monitoring that. Those 500 yards that Darren Smythe is supposed to get. But outside of that, man, again, this game comes down to missed opportunities. That one was rough. The score doesn't exactly say it, but that one was definitely rough. We had them on the ropes, and we just... Man, that's hard. But shout out to the Seattle Seahawks fans. Good game to you guys. Next week, I believe we have the San Francisco 49ers. They're hurting too. Man, that's tough, man. That is tough. I just thinking about it. 5 field goals. That is freaking tough. That is freaking tough. But let me know what you guys think. You know what it is. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You can also find me on DolphinsTalk.com along with other Miami Dolphins content. Miami Dolphins fans, keep your head up. This is GreatOne DeVore. I'm up out of here.